the regrets. I gotta stop that.
There are people in that room who go to war zones when they are pregnant.
You're trash, bro. Is them tears, bro?
The crier. He cries every time he speaks. This guy's got a mental disorder. He cries every time this guy gets up to speak. He starts crying. I said, there's something wrong with that guy.
I just don't think being a 60 Minutes correspondent is that hard. I don't feel like Scott Pelley was a national treasure. Companies change hands all the time. I never liked him, sorry, I just never did. Companies change hands. People bring in their own people, their new ownership.
Guys, we got to talk about this woke loser who got fired from 60 Minutes, Scott Pelley. So I've been following this story for a while, and I think the time is right now to finally post about it, because Bill Maher is going off on this loser for being a pompous prick and having this sense of entitlement. And if you watch these upcoming clips that I have here where you see this loser crying like a baby about losing his job, pretending as though his colleagues getting fired is akin to family members being murdered. That's what this idiot said. And when you see these clips, it's astounding. And it's no wonder that they had to fire him, because he is an idiot. He called out his leadership to their face. And I got news for you. If you called them out to their face, it's one thing, but he called them out to their face in front of an audience, in front of other people at the company in a big meeting, which is a no-no. You're always getting fired. Word of advice for anybody who would think about doing this: you're always getting fired if you humiliate your leadership, okay? Because they don't want everybody to be laughing at them and undermining them and all this stuff. And that's what this idiot did, and he did it on purpose and tried to pretend as though that wasn't his goal, to go out in some sort of bang as a martyr for 60 Minutes. But no, he thought he was important, and he found out, and now he's over here crying about it.
Felt that somebody had to stand up for the broadcast, not just the broadcast, but the people. There are people in that room who go to war zones when they are pregnant. And very strong bonds, very emotional bonds are found or are developed in that kind of setting. And to have people running CBS News who don't know that, have never felt that, and don't understand it, is a tragedy I never expected to see. The callousness, the inhumanity, breathtaking, complete lack of empathy in this management for anyone who works there. How can you have someone who deserves so much respect? Tanya Simon, get out by 5 o'clock. It's like your spouse being murdered.
Guys, don't wind up like Pelley. You have to be a self-important, pompous prick to think that you could sit up there and go, had this insane back and forth for leadership. Like y'all think that Barry Wise, who is in charge now, is President Trump or something. Like, she's not even a Trump supporter. She just encouraged them to go down the middle, try to be neutral, try to be fair. Don't just have this crazy left-leaning slant all the time and just always rag on Republicans and just let the Democrats get away with saying that Joe Biden has no cognitive issues whatsoever, right? If the border's closed, the thing that you obviously should challenge and don't, and have lost tons of credibility for. Don't peddle fake Russia collusion stories, things like that. And Barry Wise is the one who apparently is MAGA and carrying water for the president, all of this stupid stuff. Bill Maher calls this idiot out, rightfully so. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
What does the panel think of the recent shakeup at 60 Minutes? I'm for it. Good night. No. I'll let you. What do you think of the shakeup at 60 Minutes? Big controversy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're watching a censorship state be created. Trump is using the powers that he has available as president of the United States to install.
Like Joe Biden was the one who was caught censoring social media. working with Mark Zuckerberg and pressuring him directly. I'm sure you guys should remember that. And these Democrats were all for it. As a matter of fact, they encouraged it.
Only friendly ownership at the big media companies. He's using regulatory powers to punish people who oppose him. I guess it's fascinating to me that, like, all our big institutions have kind of let us down, right? From academia to the corporate world to big media. They've all folded in with him. The people have just decided they're hanging on to this democracy.
That's a big charge that you just made. That 60 Minutes itself and CBS itself is now completely MAGA. I don't see it that way.
Completely MAGA.
Well, that's kind of what you said.
But he is clearly intent
yes.
on installing people who will tell his story.
Oh, of course.
And will keep his critics off the air.
But let me ask you this question. I watch 60 Minutes every week. I've had since I was a kid. If I didn't hear all the buzz in the media, if I didn't read about it all the time, would I ever notice that it was any different? I don't think I would.
Yeah, nobody even knows. One of the reasons I didn't post this video originally is because I was like, nobody even knows who the hell Scott Pelley even is. I'm sure some of you guys know, but if the wider audience doesn't care about Scott Pelley, nobody should. Like he's not even akin to the likes of like Jake Tapper. People know his little stupid pompous face, right? They know Jake Tapper. They know his weird name, Jake Tapper, fake Tapper. Trump talked about him. Nobody knows Scott Pelley. It's like, of course, the Bill Maher is 100% correct here.
Yeah, it's not just 60 Minutes, and part of it is
I
you
agree.
don't know what they choose not to. You don't know what they choose not to air.
That's true too.
Part of what the allegation is that they are killing stories that would be embarrassing for the president. So it's hard to know what you're missing in a censorship environment.
But I've seen ones that are not very favorable to the president.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would have noticed any different if I hadn't been reading about it. Also, I just don't think being a 60 Minutes correspondent is that hard. I don't feel like Scott Pelley. I don't feel like Scott Pelley was a national treasure. Companies change hands all the time.
I mean, well, look, before we continue, Scott Pelley thinks that he was literally in war. he thinks he was a soldier, apparently.
He also said you were part of this gang of stupid, crooked people that don't care about your country.
Stupid, I can take that. Stiff, yeah, probably. Don't care about the country. I've never worn the uniform, but I've been in combat for this country in Afghanistan and Iraq, Kuwait, been shot at, spent nights in foxholes filling up with water in the desert. I'm not aware that the President of the United States has ever done any of those things for his country.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Because he went to dangerous places. Like, okay, respect for going to dangerous places, but my G, it's one thing to have the possibility of residual bullets flying at you, but it's another thing to be the target. Like, don't kid yourself here. Don't ever elevate yourself to a member of the armed forces because you just feel like you're a self-important prick. Like, it's not worth it. And I think you're, in my opinion, going to lose a lot of respect from the military for doing that.
I don't feel like Scott Pelley was a national treasure. Companies change hands all the time. I never liked them, sorry, I just never did.
Facts.
Companies change hands. People bring in their own people, their new ownership. You know, just because something changes doesn't mean. I feel like we see everything through such a partisan lens. Oh my God, 60 Minutes has a new cast. So does Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but Bill, it's not just 60 Minutes, right? I mean, they literally they took down his chief late night critic. CBS News at 6:30 does sound and feel different.
Trust
so
me,
this is not just about 60 Minutes.
I feel it too.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm part of it. I get it. But we're just talking about 60 Minutes now. But yes, I agree. He's a danger to media. He's a danger to freedom of speech. But just 60 Minutes, I don't know. I mean, and I'm not going to make that decision until I see a smoking gun, like something like, oh wow, you know, now we're you know, tick tick tick, Candace Owens and and Alex Jones on 60 Minutes.
Can you guys imagine, like, now that would be fake news. So let's keep going.
Yeah, but they're always going to maintain a veneer of objectivity, right? The good ones who are trying to carefully transition a country from democracy to autocracy don't do it overnight, right? It is methodical that over time project that authoritarians or would-be authoritarians
well, when I see actual evidence of that, I'll be on your side. What is your
boom? It's about time. See, you see what happened here? This is what people like Kristen Welker, I just posted a video about her yesterday. It's what people like her don't do, is challenge people on the left when they start talking about authoritarianism and hostile media takeovers and just all of this ridiculously stupid stuff that they keep levying against President Trump, but they never have evidence of that. They just say because 60 Minutes fired a person who was literally being a complete a-hole toward them, they're just saying, oh, well, you know, this is whatever further evidence do you need? It's like, come on, guys. You can't insult your leadership, openly speak out against them publicly, privately, outside an organization, inside an organization, right? Causing this huge uproar. It's like they think that they're creating a freaking revolution or something inside of their own company. And that's just not how companies work. You don't create a revolution in your company. You start your own company. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies: Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
I think Scott Pelley's got his own problems. He's terrible. Look, Scott Pelley's a stiff, and he's afraid. And he's part of this, gang of crooked, stupid people that don't care about our country.